All right, well, I'm at some public land. I live in South Mississippi, and I'm at some public land north. It's the WMA, north of the Gulf Coast. I'm gonna get my work clothes off here, stopped at this spot, and I'm gonna get in the woods this afternoon, this evening, and do some scouting. I'm looking for some big buck tracks I can put a camera on. I'm looking to have a shooter hit buck for that early season bow season. So stick with me, let's go see, walk around in the woods, see what I can find. All right, how many of y'all are out there pre-season scouting on public land? I'm gonna be putting out some cameras and just walking around out here looking for some big tracks, trying to find the best traffic area, put a camera on and see if I can find me a big buck for early season. Hey, you know what they say, you can't shoot them if you can't find them. Get out there early season, put out some cameras, do your work. That way come October 1st, October 15th, whatever opening day is for you. Or if you're shooting, going to be hunting the velvet week, maybe you already got a shooter on your hit list. All right, good luck to you guys. My favorite thing about pre-season scouting, getting in the woods early, is banana spiders. Who doesn't love a good banana spider crawling across their head or face or whatever when you run into them walking down the trail? My favorite thing about early season scouting. Tell me what your favorite thing is. Alrighty, this is what I was looking for. Big buck. That's it. That's where I want to put my camera. Right around here somewhere. Gotta find out what this boy is doing. Alright. Found something. Now we just gotta find out where to put the camera and see if we can find a good picture of him. All right, I think this is gonna be a good spot. Got the buck tracks around here. Got a doe bedding area, a doe bed right behind me in this grass. There's tons of white oaks around here, big white oaks and water oaks. So I think early season, when these white oaks start falling, this might be a jam up spot. Hopefully my camera doesn't get picked off. But yeah, sure. I think I got, at least I know there is a big buck in the area. So that gives me a good reason to start here. Hopefully we'll get some pictures to show you soon. Get this camera going. It's sweaty. It's August in South Mississippi. It's hot. Here's my spot. I think we're gonna try to, got a lot of sign here. The buck track's been through here. Doe bed right there. Got my camera right there. Tons of white oaks right along this ridge right here. And then there's tons of water oaks right here. So in this area, to me, this has got like the most early season acorn crop that's gonna be falling. So if you know anything about South Mississippi, a lot of pine trees around here. So finding those clumps of really heavy early season acorns, to me, is key. So yeah, hopefully we have some good deer to show you on camera soon, because there's plenty of tracks in here. Kind of open, but it's really only a good, if you're in the middle of this, you only have a 10-yard shot all the way around you, really. So just open enough to give you a few lanes, but it ain't, it's thick all the way around you. It's just this one little clump of open spot underneath these oaks. Everything else around it is pretty darn thick. All right, see what happens, see what we get on camera here soon. Well, I'm pretty excited. I think that was a successful scouting trip. It was overcast, it wasn't terribly hot, and I found some big buck tracks and really good sign. Got the camera out, cell camera, so I don't need to come back in here and check it. So hopefully I'll be able to show y'all a big buck on camera here shortly. at least the next day or two, because there's plenty of his tracks in there. All right, well, hopefully you guys are getting out there, getting on public land, and doing some scouting. This spot that I found here is right in between two sections of private land. Farm down there, active farm, and up there is an old deserted farm that it looks like they're planting food plots on. Right, the food plots go right up to the public land, so that's good for me. I probably hunt in between them and catch deer moving back and forth to different food plots and everything, especially later on in the season. I think I'm gonna be definitely focusing on this area with all the acorns and white oaks for early season. So, all right, see what happens this year. Stick with me. Hopefully I can make some good hunting videos. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, it's just better down here, y'all. Well, I did that little closing at my car, but then after editing the video, I said, man, it'd be cool just to wait and see what I get on camera before finishing this video up. So I'm gonna have a few pictures of the bucks that I found on the public land near South Mississippi. So this first buck right here, I have pictures 24/7, all day, all night of him. I put this camera down at the end of a kind of a Forest Service lane. They did a thin cut, and this lane, which is getting grown up, I had to use machete to get back down in there. But it deads in. You can't really tell it from the picture, but it deads in a little creek, and it's kind of SMZ. And so I put that trail or that camera pointing down the little bit of a hill towards the creek, and he's just walking back and forth just all day long. So he must be bedded up like right there. And then these other deer, I think there are two different deer. One's a nice long 6-point, and I can't really tell what the other one is, but it looks like the main beams go out pretty far, so he looks pretty good. And those are at this little patch of white oaks and water oaks in between on public land, but it's in between two farms. One's a deserted farm, and one is a cow farm, which is right down the road. So it's a little stream, a little bit back behind where the camera is, or in front of the camera, and then up behind the camera actually is a ton of white oaks. It kind of goes up the hill, but I put the camera where I could probably get the best pictures of deer moving back and forth, just because I really wanted to see what was moving around in there. I probably actually hunt up the ridge just a little bit from that kind of open little bottom area up in the white oaks when it's time, because I think when the white oaks really start dropping in there, it's going to be good, because there's not a whole lot of oaks in that whole area. It's mostly pine, but this one little area has a huge little section of white oaks. So hey, there's a few of the deer that I found on public land here near South Mississippi. So hopefully I get to kill one here. Bow season starting up October 15th, so it's just a few weeks away. So stick around, maybe get to see a video of that. Well, thanks for watching, and remember, it's just better down here, y'all.